Hi, this is just an update since my last video where I installed a couple of extract fans on the hood of my marine tank. Basically the fans were just on-off control, basically off of a plug top, so I wanted to be able to automate it, and I know you can buy controllers to do this sort of thing or just a thermostat, but I thought, well, I've got the equipment that I can use, so I'll do it myself. So what I've ended up doing is I've installed a temperature sensor here, which is like a space temperature sensor. That will be monitoring the condition of the room that my tank's in, and then I've also located a sensor inside the hood of the tank, just here. It's like a thimble type sensor. So I've tie wrapped that on to a suction cup and put it on the top of the tank there. And basically what's going to happen is those two temperature sensors I've wired into these available inputs on this controller. It was a controller that I got off a job that had a couple of faulty inputs on it, but I'm just using the inputs that are good. That's connected to a 240 to 24 volt AC transformer, and then I've got a relay output which is connected. Basically I've just cut into the live side of the power adapter here, so that this will be switching the 12 volt supply to the fan, and then the software I've done on my laptop, just so that I've got a bit of control over the fans rather than being on all the time. So this lead's connected to my laptop, and I'll just show you the software quickly. It's only a little bit of code. So I've got my internal temperature here, which is currently 24.47, that's inside the hood of the tank, and then I've got an external temperature of 18.5 degrees, so that'll be my space temperature. And basically, if I just show you on here, when the temperature in the hood gets above 25 degrees, which it will do shortly, it's currently 24.6, the fan will turn on, and then when the temperature drops to 22 degrees, which it does in a matter of minutes, it drops the temperature, then the fan will switch off. And then, because of the fact I said before, I've got a tumble dryer in this dining room where the fish tank is, it gets quite warm in here, hopefully never as high as 25, but if the room temperature did get above 25, that other sensor would detect that, and then it would also turn on the fan, and then it would deactivate when the temperature dropped to 22 degrees. Now that basically operates here, so at the moment I'm 24.8. Once this hysteresis block, this goes to a 1, that value will mean that I'll go through to this OR gate, so either the external temperature or internal temperature will give me a 1 here, and then that will enable the digital output on the controller. So we're at 24.98, so we should see it's gone to a 1. You might have just had the fan start, and then both of the fans are running. I wasn't aware that the fans would be as, I wouldn't say they're really noisy, but obviously when you're sitting in here it is noticeable. Maybe it's just something that I've become accustomed to over time, but it does a great job of just getting that extra heat out of the top of the tank. I'm not sure whether it's going to reduce the amount of evaporation, thinking about getting some sort of auto top off device, and then that way reduce the amount of times I have to come in here with a bucket of RO water and top up the tank, just to make sure that I keep my salinity, because I've let that slip in the past, and then when I've gone and checked it, it's been up like at 1.0127 or 1.028, which is obviously a bit on the higher side, so I want to try and keep it at 1.0125 ideally. So hopefully getting that extra bit of heat out the top of the hood. Come down this morning and it was absolutely like bone dry where the fans have been on. There was no condensation on the inside of the hood, so it looked like it was working, but this way it's not going to be running all the time. As you can see, to show you back on here, that's already dropped to 22.97, So within, I'd probably say in less than a minute, once that drops to 22, or for argument's sake, if I can override that internal tank temperature. If I put that to 21 degrees, then the fan switch off. So I know that it works, and then obviously once I'm happy with the software and how it's controlling, obviously I'm just going to put, I've got a lid here for the unit. I'll just stick that, I can actually unplug that now because I know it all works. I'm just going to put the lid on, screw that down, and then mount that inside the cabinet as well, and try and keep everything off of the base of the unit, give that a clean up. And yeah, looking forward to seeing how it works over the next couple of weeks. Alright, cheers.